All right, all my people, welcome back to Gospel News. We are bringing you updates back to back on as it take the go. May we enter inside the details very quickly. This our brother, where they call Maxwell. We be one of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers. We stand there with a barrister age of 4. Don't come out, come speak on national television who say message when Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, send a making tell Simon Ekpa. Say the young man no dey listen to wetin Nnamdi Kanu dey talk o. Nnamdi Kanu, according to him, don tell Simon Ekpa make he stop the sit at home when he take dey disturb the Southeast people. But Simon Ekpa say lie say Nnamdi Kanu dey talk those things under duress. I go wan make una listen to this intense interview when this man grant on AIT News. He said that Simon Ekpa don block them from different angles. Make una hear the full story here. Share the video. God bless.
Position concerning Friday's Supreme Court judgment.
Thank you very much. I want to interrogate this matter on 3 angles. 1, the legal angle, the moral angle, and the political angle. Now, starting with the legal angle. My learned colleague got it wrong. Now, let me just give you this scenario for the common man who is watching to understand. If there is a robbery incident going on here now, and those robbers were caught by the police, and police from the premises of that communication rush straight to court to see these people we call them robbing at that communication, convict them, sentence them to prison. And court said, I hereby convict you and sentence you to prison. That particular trial is already collapsed. It cannot stand. Remember that they caught them red-handed with AK-47 robbing. They are already in court. But it will collapse because the due process was not followed. What are the due process? You get them arrested, you investigate them, you arraign them in court, you try them. You conclude their case, they will open their defense, they will defend themselves. Court will now review the evidence, give their judgment, convict them, and sentence them to court. These are the procedure. And where you are doing any criminal matter and you fail to observe any of the procedure, it has collapsed. Now, do you know that when you go to court and you are investigated, do everything, police arraign you, and they ask you in court, guilty or not guilty, you said, I am guilty. Court will not convict you. Ask anybody. Court will say, ask the prosecution, prove your case. Remember that you have said, I'm guilty. Of course, an ordinary person will say, since he has said I'm guilty, I convict him, now sentence him. Court will say, no, prosecution, prove your case. Now, Nnamdi Kanu, the issue of treaty that Nigeria consented, domesticated in our own local legislation, signed it into law. The international treaty said must be a procedure. The procedure is that when you arrest a fugitive in a country, the law said you get him arrested. Notify the country where he ran away from. In this case, Kenya. Notify Nigeria. Then Nigeria will now apply for his extradition. In that application, the law said you attach a copy of that charge, which you say that he's facing. You attach proof of evidence. You send it to the own Minister of Justice there. They will look at it and take him to their own court with jurisdiction. If it's Nigeria Federal High Court, in their own Federal High Court, the law said the judge will now look at it and consider the factors. What are the factors they're going to consider? 1, whether his life is protected in that country. 2, whether he will get fair hearing. 3, whether that country observe fundamental human rights. The law said after considering this thing, they discover that the person's life is not protected, it will not be protected, there is no human right, will not get fair hearing. The law said there are options for that country. The options now is that 1, to try him in that country. 2, to send him in a country with a similar jurisdiction. 3, to send him in a country, probably as Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen and Nigerian citizen, you can deport him back to the country.
The UK.
To the UK. These are the laws. Signed into law by our own. Now, Nnamdi Kanu told me it's not as if that because I see him every week, told me that he went to airport to pick his friends. Some people now said, is this not Nnamdi, some police officers at that car park? They rallied him around and started beating him. This is a terrorist in Nigeria. So people wanted to do this. They used their language to tell them that Nnamdi is a terrorist. Everybody ran away. They arrested Nnamdi, said they took him there, blindfolded him, handcuffed him, take him to a particular cell, chain him in one big generator and under generator on with a very big light. This is what Nnamdi passed through for that 1 week. And when he was about to collapse, so they started calling Nigeria. You can, if they will allow you, you go and interview him now. You give you this story. They started calling Nigeria, telling Nigerians that they should come and take Nnamdi. They are going to release him. According to Nnamdi, he said the police officer told him that they asked that they should kill Nnamdi. They should put him in a vehicle and set it ablaze. They said no, they cannot. So they started negotiating. According to Nnamdi, he's still alive. He said that Nigeria paid them money. So now they sent a private jet. Nnamdi from that cell, after 7 days or 8 days, straight to tarmac. And they put him in an aircraft and brought him to this country. His passport, nothing. And Malami was telling Nigerians. Now, what we are now talking about, what are we talking about? It is not Nnamdi. We are talking about foreign investors who are watching. You are asking somebody to come and invest his millions of dollars in a country that does not obey rule of law, that does not obey due process. Probably, if something happened to his company, that he cannot run to court to seek relief, you are a joker. Nobody will take you serious. That one is on this thing. Now, I want us to look at it because most of the times when I read the judgment, I said, is this thing what somebody like us saw? The kind of judgment we saw Oputa that made us even to say that we are going to study law. On a moral angle, I asked myself on Friday, these judges, are they living in the moon? Not considering Maxwell, not considering another person. Their own colleagues, they're in the southeast. How many judges, how many two customary judges have been murdered? When they set up a election petition tribunal, those guys wrote them later that if we see you people sit, sorry for you. They ran away and run down to Maraba here. Election petition of Southeast was had in Maraba here. And Imo State was had in Maraba here. Now that they have finished, are you now telling us that Federal High Court, I'm not even talking about State High Court, Federal High Court that is a Federal Court, National Industrial Court that is a Federal Court, Court of Appeal that is Federal Court, there in the Southeast. Do you think what will be the position of those judges? I'm from Southeast. I have one of my law firms in Imo State. And I have some matters there. The whole Imo State now, the courts in all those rural areas like Mbise, Olo, Okigwe, none of them sit. They have moved down to Owerri. Customary court in my community, has relocated as a result of insecurity. Now running to where? Because we are in the Supreme Court, where you have all the whole security, where you have the SSS from the gate, and you're not thinking about your colleagues. They're in Imo State.
Okay,
excuse me, colleague, wait. Let us get it right. There are many ways by which a judge can arrive to decision. You consider some factors. What are the factors? Security. Now you're talking about Simon Ekpa. Anybody who is telling you Simon Ekpa, in fact, he has blocked everybody. I was able to get him online the other day. He said that you were joking. Nobody can talk to that young man apart from Nnamdi. Nnamdi has given me a series of messages to give him. He said that I'm joking. That all those things Nnamdi is saying, that Nnamdi is saying it with AK-47 on his head. All our effort to convince him proves about him. In fact, when I even told him that guy, Nnamdi said that you should stop that thing, the entire Igbos were already there. P2B is about to win the election. At least everything will come down and say you are joking. P2B will win the election, but nobody will declare him winner because an Igbo man will not be a president. And all the whole thing that he's saying is falling in. So now, why not release this man?
Okay, I will need you to just go. You mentioned three things. You've talked about the legal, the moral. I need you to talk quickly about the political now.
But we need to take a break for social media.
Before you do that, we'll have to take a break. Okay. And when we come back after the social media, we'll talk about the political angle and move on from there. So stay with us. We'll be back.
So the point I'm trying to make is that you cannot talk about a society without the functionality of the justice system. The justice system in the South is now down. One, some judges cannot sit in some jurisdiction. They will tell the CJ, I am not going that place to sit. Like everybody now has clustered in a way. And once there is no court room for a judge to sit, he will not sit. Or every Monday, nothing happened. So when you are giving this judgment, yes, you now say that the way Nnamdi Kanu is being brought in Nigeria is illegal. You now say that it is unfair for the army to use Operation Python dance to kill people in Nnamdi Kanu's house. I think they said 38 and left with 18 cops. You also say that the judge did not follow the due process and did not consider some facts in revoking his bail. In other words, that revocation of his bail is null and void. Now you have the power, inherent power, under Section 6 of the Constitution to make consequential orders. You now make a consequential order directing that the case should be remitted back to Federal High Court. Then you did not even make a consequential order that in the interim, let that bail of Nnamdi Kanu continue. Are you saying that you don't have jurisdiction to issue order for the release of Nnamdi Kanu? Now, if you watch, you are now saying, let it not be that I'm the person that released Nnamdi Kanu. Binta could carry a problem. Are you getting what I'm saying? So now we are now going back from here. Now I'm going to Federal High Court. We are going to go and hustle for date. Now, excuse me, we are now going to hustle for date, and no date is being given till towards ending of January. And are you now saying that people will continue to live in perpetual fear in the Southeast, including your colleagues, members of the bench, the judiciary, the judges? Now, on the political angle, just like Dan Olasi said, 90% of the Igbos, Southeast, because this is a moment of truth, believed that their son is being robbed of this political election. But INEC decided to declare another person. They believed that they have been marginalized. This is a problem. Remember that this problem is being created by the worst government of Buhari for that 8 years. Now, a Democrat, somebody who has a democratic background, somebody who acted as an Adeko, took over the mantle of leadership with the belief that it's coming to correct all those anomalies Buhari committed. Now look at where we are. And they are now seeing that you have started where Buhari stopped in marginalizing the Igbos. Appointment of political office holders, ministerial appointment. The Southeast have the lowest number. I learned that the Ohanese, they are going to court for that. Then, and some other things. Now that you're supposed to apply, I was thinking that on that day, on that inauguration day, as we are removing subsidy, you would have ordered for unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu, at least to calm down the problem in the Southeast. You never did that.
Wouldn't that also have been upstaging the process?
Sub judice with the matter in judicial.
In court, yes.
No. You asked the Attorney General to issue null prosecute. That's our power to disobey.
Okay.
An Attorney General that has not been appointed yet?
To the general. No, now that he has been appointed, what happened?
No, you were talking about inauguration.
Okay, now that he has been appointed, what happened?
See, can I make it?
Now, right. Excuse me. So the point we are talking about, there are political reasoning, moral reason, legal reason that the Supreme Court would have considered.
Okay.
And order for the
Maxwell, you are a lawyer, and you know what we used to hear, we on the other side, is that there is nothing like public opinion when it comes to court matters. There's nothing like your emotions when it comes to court matters, that you have to look at, the processes of the law and follow it strictly. I'll come back to you first. But I need you to respond to what First said earlier. The fact that the court of, the Supreme Court did not convict Kanu just yet. That what he did say, even though he acknowledged that his the way he was brought in was illegal, but he said that illegality in bringing him does not, prevent the trial from continuing. So just respond to that directly.
Okay, now, Labour, under the Constitution, has a right to protest. You, as a citizen, have a right to protest. But when you apply for protest and the security discovered that protest is going to cause insecurity, they can approach court to stop you from exercising that your right under the Constitution because of these social reasons. We have seen where court to stop NLC from embarking on strike. We have seen where court stop some civil society group from embarking on strike because of security reasons.
Okay, Muna, let me know what you now understand by this statement when this man don't make here. That means a message when Nnamdi Kanu they send, give Simon Ekpa, they listen to or obey Nnamdi Kanu's orders. But make una let me know whether I suppose obey. But all this sit at home when they put now they talk about to say make it leave people, make them do their businesses and focus on government.